Hi, my name's Ellie. I was a doctor. I quit medicine, I became a barista, and now I'm a full-time writer and traveller. I'm currently backpacking around Asia long term. So let's talk about it. So I was a doctor for 4 years. I graduated peak 2020, so peak COVID, and it was really hard. And I burnt out. I probably started burning out in medical school, but pushed through, ignored it, then started working in a pandemic, and it got so much worse. I thought, what's going to fix all my problems? Moving to Australia, obviously. So that's what I did. I completed my first 2 years of training and then moved to Australia. And I thought all my problems would be solved and life would be amazing, when actually my burnout got worse. And I think there was a mixture of moving country, so a lot of change, trying to find somewhere to live, get a bank account, get a car. And I started working in a new hospital, in a new country with new protocols, new drugs, new ways of doing things. And I was also working in A&E, and the sleeping patterns there are awful. They're so crazy. And I was in a really loud, really bright environment, and I just couldn't handle it. And I spiraled out of control. I felt like my brain was on fire. I was crying constantly in the toilet, hiding away. I developed insomnia. My hair started falling out. I developed severe acne. I just didn't know what was going on anymore. So I went for help, and I got diagnosed with ADHD. Honestly, it was such a shock. Did not see myself as someone with ADHD at all, but it made my life make sense. But unfortunately, even with my diagnosis, I was still really sick, and I left my job in Australia and I moved back to the UK, and I took 6 months off work, just trying to recuperate really. The burnout really destroyed my confidence, and I had to think about wow, okay, what is it that I can do where I can work to pay my rent, but also rebuild my confidence and kind of learn how to live my life again. Burnout made me convinced I was never going to be able to work again. So I went and I became a barista. I started working in a cafe in the south side of Glasgow, and I loved it. It was one of the best decisions I ever made. I even started writing as well. I really liked my writing and resonated with it. So now I get paid to write things for people, which is really fun. Yeah, and now I'm also backpacking around Asia long term. So that's a really quick look into my story. This is not going to be a normal travel account. I am going to give you tips on how to travel with ADHD, or if you're neurodivergent in general. I'm also going to be talking about health issues throughout the world, and my perspective on them, and some science here and there as well. So if that's something that you're interested in, please follow along. That would be really lovely. And yeah, so thank you for listening all the way through, and give me a follow if you'd like to.